Jai Hind everyone, I hope everybody is doing well. Now in today's video, I'll be discussing a very important topic. Now this question has been constantly coming in my DM since last maybe I would say 1 or 2 years. I had addressed this issue a couple of years back, like 2 years back, but today I felt it's important to make a video where it stays as a repository on YouTube so that folks can refer to it over and over again. The question is it advisable to take a year gap in your academics or even after your graduation for the preparation of armed forces examination? So taking a year gap for armed forces examination, and in this video I will cover why it is not advisable to do so. So I have listed down a couple of pointers which are very important here, and that comes out of the entire experience that I have in my army life. Apart from that, being like the earner, I would say, having my own living, who has been earning from such a long time, and a person who has also gained experience of this by interacting with other armed forces personals, or even those who are working in the corporate and otherwise. So all these are the factors on which I have brought down all the points that why should one not, I would say again, why should one not take an academic gap or a year gap after their academics only to prepare for armed forces examination. Okay, now after you listen to all the pointers that I'll be speaking about, negating the question that why one should not take a gap, I will also be telling you what are the alternatives, because that's the next question that comes to somebody's mind, that ma'am, if I am not able to clear certain examination, what is the alternative, what should I do? So I have both the problem and the solution here, and hope it helps everyone. So do go watch the entire video and like, share and comment and subscribe, and let me know if you'll have any suggestions in the comments. Okay, so number one, now specifically I have to say that when folks say that I want to take a gap for armed forces examination, number one, the most important factor is all the armed forces entries come with a restriction of age. So if you want to become a pilot, it's 23. If you want to, if you're an engineer applying for it, it's 27. A lawyer again is at the age of 27. For a non-technical entry, it is 25. So the age restriction has been already given to you. So in case I take a gap of 1 year so that I can prepare for this examination, remember that I will be losing at least 2 attempts. Why? Because all armed forces examination happen twice a year. The months vary, but it's again in the gap of 6 months. So if I am not preparing, or if I am just leaving everything for 1 year, I'll be losing 2 attempts. And losing 2 attempts means getting at least 1 year behind everybody, behind your academic folks, behind your armed forces folks, your course mates who will be, whom you would have been if you would have not taken a gap. Another important factor here is, that's the third point, is that these examinations are in the term of, it's a long process. It's not an examination where I just give an interview and in a couple of months the results come. So for example, if I am in my graduation, I am in my second year of my graduation, and I have just completed my second year, I'll be going in my last year oblique the third year, I will apply then, for the written exam. For example, if I've applied in the month of somewhere May and all, my examination will be scheduled somewhere around in October, November, September, October, November, for a course which is starting the very next year in April. I'm talking in terms of the OTA. So just imagine it is this year in mid that I, fill the form, that is, a notification is out for a course which is starting almost next year. So imagine it's such a long process. And in that process, we all know, even if I fail in a single step, for example, if I fail in written or in your SSB, medical, or worst in my merit, I will be starting from scratch. So if you have to again start from scratch, you would have to fill the form on time. So if I've already, kept myself at home for 1 long year, I am missing out on my opportunities of giving 2 examination. I always say, that never, not never give up, but never leave opportunities. It may happen that you may not clear. It may happen that I'm not at all prepared for the examination, but nothing is stopping me from going and appearing for the paper. I may fail, and nobody's going to have restrictions on the number of attempts that you give for CDS, as long as you are, CDS or the NDA examination, as long as you are meeting the age criteria. So remember, it's a very long process from start to end. So consider it while thinking of taking a gap. Second thing, as I said, you will be losing the number of attempts. Minimum 2 attempts you will be losing. And in case, worst come worst, you forget to even apply for the third attempt. I decide that 2024 is the year that I take a gap. And when the second notification comes somewhere in the end of the year and I forget to even apply for it, I'm again losing a third attempt, which is going to happen next year. So we have to be abreast, we have to be aware that when the notification is going to be out, when I will be I'll be required to fill the form. And as I said, age restriction, you would not like to lose the number of attempts. And as you all know, armed forces examinations are tough. I would not say it's impossible, but yes, it requires a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. It is tough because the selection rate is very less. The pyramid is completely steep. So when we know so many things are there, we should not be taking a chances by leaving the attempts. And I also get for students telling me I could not go for SSB or I could not go for medical because I was not prepared. Never leave an opportunity, because opportunity will not always come knocking on your door. Okay. Now coming to the second part of it, this was with respect to entries. Now moving to the second part of it, that is what impact it will have on your SSB interview. When folks ask me, ma'am, what is SSB and how do we clear it, I always keep telling people it's a personality test. You have all those traits, the officer-like qualities which are laid down by the Indian Armed Forces. If you have them with you, then you will be able to get in through the Armed Forces, otherwise you may not. So when we say that, it's all about your personality, at times it raises a question on your decision of taking a gap. Why? Because when we say, we want armed forces people who are multitaskers, who are courageous, who work under a lot of pressure, when we talk about all that, then where is the quality of handling pressure? Where is the quality of decision making? And where is even the quality of multitasking? If I am saying that 1 year I'll completely dedicate to my studies. See, there is another part to it, that somebody is extremely weak in examination, or somebody actually has had a tough time since their childhood in taking care of their academics, then that's absolutely 1 in a million kind of or 1 in 100, I can say, not million, 1 in 100 kind of a case, where I have struggled throughout my life to clear my academics, and I'm a slow learner, so that is why I've taken a break. That's a complete different and a specific case. But for all average students, for a person who has been fine in their academics, average in their academics, has been average student throughout, there is no there is no reason that why I should be going ahead and taking such a long break. So it will arise, it will raise questions on my ability as a person to multitask things, that I couldn't handle my college, and also couldn't handle maybe my NDA or CDS preparations, that I went ahead and took a break. And trust me, yes, NDA is a tougher examination, but compared to that, CDS, INET, FCAT are relatively little less tougher, because in NDA you are like a 16 to 19-year-old child who's giving examinations with a little amount of higher education questions. But when you come to your graduation, you're much matured, you have broadened your horizon by then in terms of your education as well, so it gets pretty comfortable over there. So always remember, if it is raising a question on your multitasking skills, your ability to take decisions, your ability to just get scared and move away, and then speaking about this when the interviewer may ask you that what is the reason for you to take a break, then you would say that I couldn't manage my academics along with my defense examination, or I couldn't manage my sports, or this. That again raises the questions. If at all any person is able to justify their gap, as I gave you just an example of somebody being a slow learner, if you are able to justify your gap, maybe you have some additional responsibility at your home, or something has a very big thing that has come in your family, or has been the biggest thing on your shoulder, then we can understand. But again, justifying this gap with the utmost right amount of reason gets a little difficult. So be mindful when you take a decision of taking a break. Okay. Now, let me come to the third aspect of it. It's like, a lot many miscellaneous things. Now, when I talk about taking a break of 365 days, that means one entire year I will be stagnant. Why? Because see, we are, it's a human tendency. कुछ नहीं कर रहे, घर पे बैठ रहे हैं, तो ज़्यादा टाइम पास करेंगे, ज़्यादा टीवी देखेंगे, ज़्यादा स्क्रीन टाइम होगा. Because when you are put into an environment where you are going for college, or when you are going to office, or you are having a schedule, you are displacing yourself from the home, मूविंग आउट. घर से बाहर निकल के आप अपना शेड्यूल कर रहे हो, आप अलग अलग जगहों पे डेडिकेटेड हो, आपका माइंड भी फ्रेश रहता है. Staying in the house 24/7 under the thing that I will study constantly, sorry, it doesn't happen. Let's be very truthful to ourselves. Will it really happen? Will I be 24/7 on my studies? No, I won't be. I will need a breather, I'll need a relaxer. So rather than breaking the momentum, जब आप कॉलेज जाते हो, स्कूल जाते हो, कॉलेज जाते हो, नौकरी जाते हो, आप एक लाइफ के मोमेंटम में रहते हो, तो मोमेंटम का लॉस होता है. बिकॉज यू आर स्टैगनेंट, योर ब्रेन ऑल्सो गेट स्टैगनेंट. बिकॉज ट्रस्ट मी, एवरेज पीपल, एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स, or nobody has that ability to stay 24 hours committed to just studying. We need a break for mind to get freshen up. That's one thing. Now coming to the second aspect of it, this will have chances of reducing your financial growth. Be very practical. Now you all may be in school or college, or just out of college and just earning. Take it from a person who has been earning from such a long time. When you are already 1 year behind your other people around, you're already that much amount of in financial debt. मतलब अगर मैं साल के as a starter, if I am able to earn 4 to 5 lakhs maybe in a corporate, let's talk about simple corporate, बाहर में हम जॉब कर रहे हैं, तो अगर मैंने 1 साल मेरा जॉब बाद में लिया है, आप 4 से 5 लाख के नुकसान में. और अगर आप आर्म फोर्सेस में जाते हो, you will be behind 2 courses. So as you all know, all defense aspirants here, what are the courses and all? So you will be behind 2 courses. There are 2 POPs that happen. 2 times people get commission, right? In a year, you will be 2 courses behind. That will also have an impact on your salary. That will have an impact on your promotion, even the timely promotion. जैसे आप लेफ्टिनेंट से कैप्टन बनते हो, कैप्टन से मेजर बनते हो, तो जो आपके साथ शायद था, चलो कंपेयर नहीं करेंगे किसी के साथ, बट जस्ट अ थिंग दैट फॉर एग्जाम्पल दोज हु आर नाउ, लेट्स से it's 2024, so let's take just 2000 people born, okay? Somebody who's born in 2000 and somebody's born in 2000 goes, and the person who is going with the second batch 2001, so see there is a year gap over here. So आपका जो एज का वाला इंसान है, जो आपके साथ वाला 2000 वाला, वो 1 साल जल्दी आपसे कैप्टन बनेगा, आप उसके बाद बनोगे, तो आपकी रैंक भी और आपके सैलरी पे भी उसका इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. एंड टू बी वेरी very ambitious in life, very ambitious, when somebody wants to say that I want to become a general in life, I join NDA, then I go to IMA and this and that, I want to become a general in life. Again, there is a criteria for age as well, right? Let's not go there, but if you have to even be that ambitious and that generous in thinking, maybe 30-40 years down the line, that will also affect your promotion. So all your future planning will also go for a toss. Okay, another thing is, it will again, if it reduces your employability also, because if not armed forces, if you go outside and if you're not able to justify that why have you been sitting home. So we cannot just keep saying I was preparing for XYZ exam, now XYZ exam hasn't taken place, so I have not cleared that, so I have moved to something else. So it reduces your employability also. So these are the certain pointers which I had listed down as to why taking a gap is not advisable, not a good idea, and certainly doesn't go well if you have planning to get into the armed forces, unless and otherwise you have a very special case. Now after listening to all this, you would be asking me, then ma'am, what are the alternatives? You have very easily said that please don't take a gap, please don't do it, this, that, have multitasking skill, have the courage, face pressure and all. So what do we do? Now, I have listed out around 7 to 8 pointers here. Hope that helps. Okay, the first alternative is begin early in your career. What do I mean by begin early? If you have decided that you want to give NDA exam, or if slightly also it comes in your mind कि मुझे आगे जाके फौजी बनना है, या सेवन्थ एथ या नाइन्थ स्टैंडर्ड तक, नाइन्थ स्पेशली आपको लगता है कि मुझे NDA की एग्ज़ाम देनी चाहिए आफ्टर 12th स्टैंडर्ड, begin early when you know. So all the students, especially the younger lot who's listening to me over here, who are in the 9th and 10th standard one, if you have thought at least, see, it's an examination to be given. When I say NDA की एग्ज़ाम देना, इसका ये मतलब नहीं आप सेकेंड डे फौजी बन जाओगे. ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है मुझे बच्चों को समझाना कि आप इमीडिएटली ऐसे फौजी नहीं बन जाओगे ना. ये तो एक एग्ज़ाम दे रहे हो आप. सो अगर आपको ये एग्ज़ाम देनी है, ठीक है, तो आप 10th स्टैंडर्ड में ही डिसाइड करोगे कि मुझे ये आगे जाके एग्ज़ाम देनी है, तो आपको जल्दी स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा, आपको जल्दी पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी. इन द सेंस दैट आपको धीरे धीरे जो पोर्शन है वो 2 साल में कवर करना पड़ेगा आफ्टर गिविंग फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी टू योर academics. Because as I have told in my last live also that why academics is the a major important thing, because if you fail in academics, nobody's going to take you in NDA, IMA, nowhere. So begin as early as possible in your career. Second, taking the right decision at the right time. Now this applies to people who have lesser number of attempts. जैसे आपका NDA का एक ही अटेम्प्ट हो, या फिर आपके CDS या FCAT के कम अटेम्प्ट्स हो. So if you know that you are having lesser number of attempts, I may or may not be able to clear, give all your attempts, but you cannot keep lingering. I have seen certain students who will say, I will give all the attempts of all three, I will go for FCAT also, I'll go for CDS. Fine, go. But at the same time you need to think, if not this then what? It cannot happen कि मैं 25 के साल तक कुछ ना करूँ, ग्रेजुएशन हो गया, मैं अगले 3-4 साल सिर्फ एग्ज़ाम देता रहूँ या देती रहूँ, and I don't take up a job. Tomorrow it may happen, you may clear armed forces, you may get into it. If not, you would have to think of another career. You would have to think of another source of income. Now when you think of career, is there age in your hand? Or when you go for the interview for that career, will you be able to justify कि मैंने 4 साल सिर्फ फौज के लिए पढ़ाई की और बाकी कुछ नहीं किया? तो ऐसे नहीं होता. आपको आपका डिसीजन राइट टाइम पे लेना होगा कि कब आपको कोर्स करेक्शन देना है आपके डिसीजन में. मतलब व्हेन शुड आई स्टिक टू इट एंड व्हेन शुड आई वेवर लेफ्ट एंड राइट. और ये आपको मैं नहीं बता पाऊँगी, ये आप खुद का बता सकते हो, बिकॉज हर एक को अपना कैलिबर पता होता है. रादर ये डिसीजन लेने के लिए आपको आपके पेरेंट्स हेल्प कर सकते हैं. थर्ड, टाइम मैनेजमेंट. Most important thing, if you manage your time right, if you give up laziness, if you make the 24 hours that we have in our life into 48 hours, in a day जो आपको 24 मिलते हैं, उसको ऐसे मैनेज करके आप थोड़े ज़्यादा, means making it 48 doesn't mean you make it 48, but how you utilize every bit of it. If you've not started early and everything is come up on your neck over here and 6 months में करना है, तो आप कितनी आपकी स्लीप सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे हो. आप जब ट्रैवल कर रहे हो तब आप पढ़ रहे हो, आप आपके छोटे छोटे नोट्स बना रहे हो, आप रिवाइज कब कर रहे हो, आप क्या प्रायोरिटाइज या क्या आप कौन सी चीज़ सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे हो टू कवर अप फॉर योर स्टडीज़, इज़ वॉट टाइम मैनेजमेंट विल बी ऑल अबाउट. यू नीड टू मैनेज योर टाइम, कि कौन सी चीज़ को कैसे टाइम देना है. शेड्यूल. उसके बाद make a schedule and stick by it. Now this is the most difficult part, that I make a schedule, I act like I am the timetable. 24 hours मैंने कर दिए कि 9 घंटे स्लीप, 2 घंटे खेलना, लेफ्ट राइट जहाँ पे ऐसे ऐसे करके I will start studying. But it's important that you stick by it. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैंने सोचा है कि दिन में मैं 4 घंटे पढ़ाई करूँगा, मे बी 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, and maybe 2 hours in the night, let's say 6 hours. Then I'm not studying, I'm not doing those 2 hours, I'm just finishing 1 hour and 1 hour I'm playing on the phone or something like this. No, that doesn't work. You need to stick to your schedule. Now the fifth point here, it is attached with the 4th point, is flexibility and consistency. मतलब schedule बनाया, I'm supposed to stick to it, as I said 2 hours maybe in a day that I will keep studying. अभी क्या होता है कि एक टाइम के बाद बहुत परेशान हो जाता है इंसान. यू गेट दैट स्टैग्नेंसी, एम आई एबल टू स्टडी, एम आई नॉट एबल टू स्टडी, क्या हो रहा है. तभी एक फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होनी चाहिए. फाइन, 2 hours आई एम सपोज टू स्टडी, आई हैव टेकन द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ मे बी हिस्ट्री, आई एम नॉट एबल टू फिनिश इट. डोंट लिंगर ओवर दैट, स्विच. Flexibility, switch from that subject to a different subject. टाइम नहीं स्विच करने के लिए बोल रही, आई एम टेलिंग यू 2 hours you will study, you better well study that time, but in 2 hours you may switch the subject. If not, you can revise something, keep doing it. That's what I'm saying. And be flexible. Another thing is, sixth point, use online resources. आजकल बहुत available है, unlike old times when things were not available and books were the only option. You have your phone, yeah, your phone is your best friend, I feel, if you used in the right way. Have those online resources. आपको पैसे भी वेस्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So many free apps for GK, so many good channels which are giving you right news and all. Keep watching those when you are traveling. Have your headphones, keep revising, make short notes in your small diaries. You can do all that. Seventh one, have short term goals. Now short term goals here is, now if I have maybe 6 months to 1 year to prepare, I will have short term goals like मुझे 1 महीने में क्या करना है या maximum 3 महीने में क्या करना है. I will not make schedule for the entire year. Trust me, nobody is able to stick by it. Any average human is not able to stick by it unless and until you are extremely dedicated and have that Einstein wala brain. Make short goals and stick by it. Best I would say for people like me, who are always jumping around and thinking ये अभी ये करूँ या वो करूँ. 1 week का schedule. When I'm revising, what I'm doing today, आज के दिन में मैं कौन सा सब्जेक्ट करूँगा और क्या टाइम पे करूँगा. 1 week stick by it. Second week make it stick by it. If you're that good enough, at least 1 month schedule and stick by it. Okay, so all short term goals and achieve those. Lastly, I have written, have a right mindset. Now why do I say right mindset is, now I'm sitting here giving you all a suggestion that you should not take a break. There'll be some person who will be saying take a break. There'll be some things in your life which will make you take a break or not take a break. So whatever people tell you, it is a suggestion that they give you. Now whatever alternatives or the pointers I've told you how to overcome it, it's suggestive. These are my recommendations. Now it all depends upon your caliber. जैसे मेरे जैसा इंसान दिन में 2 hours के लिए 3-4 बार पढ़ पाएगा. But what if you are not able to do that? Or what if somebody is able to do it at least 3 hours and in 3 to 4 times? Some people can learn for 12 hours. So it all depends upon your caliber. What is my capability? What is my mindset? I may have a mindset where I'm not able to dedicate more than 2 hours. You may have something that yes, 3 hours is enough for me, so you should go by that. Now another thing I say is having a right mindset is, if you have a right mindset and if you start developing it, it will help you develop your OLQs. Shaping your personality right, getting the discipline over in your life. अगर आपने ये धीरे धीरे स्टार्ट की चीज़ें करना, it will help you to make your OLQ, develop those OLQs, learn it in the faster and the longer run. तो अगर मैंने 10th स्टैंडर्ड से चालू किया to be a good human or to develop even 1 or 2 officer like qualities, maybe this is what I'm planning that मेरे में 10 क्वालिटीज़ है या 4-5 नहीं है, तो धीरे धीरे मैं कैसे एक राइट माइंडसेट लाके हाउ विल आई गो ऑन इम्प्रूविंग माई OLQs. So that's again a slow process and it will happen. So these were all the 9 alternatives that I have. I hope this has helped you. If you all have any questions as to why I should or should not take a break, then please put it in the comment section. If you feel that there is something else which I have forgotten and you want to add which can benefit others, we can add that too. So all the best. Hope this helps. And go like my video, comment, like, subscribe, whatever possible, please. And utilize it, share it with your friends who especially are preparing for the armed forces. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.